Okay, so today we're going to take a deep dive into something pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's all about a virtual space station program.
Nice.
And we found out about this program thanks to two young journalists, Harold Bar and Itamar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from the Golda School in Israel.
Okay, cool.
And they wrote this really great article for their school newspaper.
Awesome.
And they shared their firsthand experience with this program.
Okay.
So we're going to break it down and explore what it's really like to live in orbit.
Well, that's really exciting. I mean, just think about it. These students got to experience something most people only dream about.
Totally.
You know, they got a taste of life on the International Space Station.
The ISS?
Yeah, the actual ISS, which is constantly orbiting
the Earth.
Yeah, 400 kilometers above Earth.
Whoa, that's like 100 Eiffel Towers stacked on top of each other.
Right, and not only is it super high up there,
yeah,
but it's also moving incredibly fast, like 28,000 kilometers per hour.
But you're saying the ISS could fly across the entire U.S. in minutes? Wow, that's mind-blowing.
Oh, and don't forget about the view.
Oh, yeah. What's it like?
Astronauts on the ISS, they get to see 16 sunrises and sunsets every single day.
Every day?
Yeah, every single day.
I can't even imagine.
It's incredible, right? But all that constant motion, it creates a unique challenge.
Oh, what's that?
Microgravity.
Microgravity?
Yeah, and Harold and Itamar in the article, they talk about how they got to experience simulated microgravity as part of the program.
Oh, wow. I bet it felt amazing, just floating around.
Oh, absolutely. But there's more to it than just the feeling of weightlessness,
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Here on Earth, gravity is constantly pulling us down, right?
Of course.
And that's why we need to use our muscles all the time, even just to stand up.
Right.
But in space, that pull is almost gone.
So it's like our muscles are on a permanent vacation.
Kind of like a constant cheat day for your muscles.
I like that.
But the downside is they start to weaken.
Oh, so that's why astronauts have to exercise so much, even more than we do here.
Exactly. They have to work extra hard just to stay in shape.
Right. And you know what's really interesting about this is that it has big implications for future missions.
Yeah.
Like sending astronauts to Mars.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, a mission to Mars could take months or even years.
Right.
And by the time they land, their muscles could be so weak they might have trouble even walking.
That's a scary thought.
It is, and that's why understanding microgravity is so crucial.
Makes sense.
And this virtual program, it doesn't just let students experience the fun stuff like floating around.
Right.
It also exposes them to the real challenges of space travel.
The article mentions they even got to try space food.
Oh, yeah.
Which, let's be honest, it doesn't always look that appetizing.
Not always the most appealing, but it's essential for astronauts.
Yeah, for sure.
But beyond just simulating life in orbit, this program also highlights the scientific purpose of the ISS.
Right.
It's not just a place to hang out in space. It's like a giant laboratory up there.
Well, that's a good way to put it.
A place where scientists can conduct experiments that would be impossible on Earth.
Okay, so what kind of research are we talking about?
All sorts of fascinating stuff.
Okay.
For example, they're studying how materials behave differently in microgravity, which could lead to, totally new types of manufacturing.
Oh, that's cool.
Then there's research on how plants grow in space.
Okay.
Which is, super important for future long-duration missions if we want to grow our own food.
Right.
And, of course, there's research on how the human body adapts to space down to the cellular level.
So not just exploring space, but using space to solve problems back here on Earth.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing.
And what's even more remarkable?
What's that?
The ISS isn't just one country's project.
It's not.
It's a global effort, a testament to international cooperation.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, 5 major space agencies are involved.
Okay, who are they?
You got NASA from the U.S., Roscosmos from Russia, the European Space Agency, the Japanese Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency.
All working together.
All working together towards a common goal.
That's really inspiring, especially considering how complex and challenging it must be to work across borders like that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's a true testament to what we can achieve when we put our minds together.
Couldn't agree more.
It all comes back to what Harold and Itamar wrote about. This virtual program, the research on the ISS.
Yeah.
They're all steps toward making space travel more accessible, more achievable, and really pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
And it makes you think.
About what?
If you had the chance to design a module for a future space station,
okay,
what would you focus on?
Oh, wow.
What kind of research would be your top priority?
That's a great question. I think I'd probably go for something like a greenhouse.
A greenhouse?
Yeah. To experiment with growing fresh food in space.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, or maybe a lab dedicated to developing new technologies for deep space travel.
Both amazing ideas.
Whatever it is, this deep dive has really opened my eyes to the incredible possibilities of space exploration.
For sure. The future is wide open.
Absolutely wide open.